This video that I'm going to play for you is hilarious. Yesterday, I reported to you the latest Fox News poll. Fox, which says 54% of the country wants Trump impeached, 50% wants Trump impeached and removed. The team over at Fox and Friends had some cognitive dissonance on this one. On the one hand, they work for Fox News. They think Fox News is right about the facts. But they also can't believe that anybody but the most extreme leftists would want Donald Trump impeached. So here is video of Fox News host Brian Kilmeade visibly stunned by the results. On the one hand, it's a Fox News poll. We believe Fox News polls, but the Fox News poll says half the country wants Trump impeached and removed. How could it be? If you're watching, you may notice a perplexed look on Steve Doocy and Ainsley Earhart's faces as well. Take a look at this.
Fox poll came out, and I was stunned by this. It says 50% of the country want the president impeached. I was stunned to see that that's the number because I thought that things were trending away, although the president's approval rating did tick up in the same poll. So it's almost like a split personality.
How could this be? Say it ain't so. This is what it looks like when reality simply doesn't fit into the Fox News narrative. And again, I said this yesterday, and I want to say it again. Different news outlets are playing coy with the momentum, saying, wow, during impeachment hearings, support for impeachment went down. Usually it's like by 2 or 3 points. These polls have a margin of error of plus or minus 3. So a 3-point swing arguably means nothing. And the poll is nowhere near 50% on lots of important internals. If you look at the same Fox News poll, you see that by a 60-24 margin, it is wrong to ask leaders of foreign countries to investigate rivals. That's not close. That's 60-24. 58-22. Americans say presidents typically ask foreign leaders to do this. It should be 100 versus 0, since clearly it's not common. Trump supporters can't seem to admit that and are trying to use that as a defense. 52-36 saying Trump isn't cooperating with the inquiry. That's very clear. People understand Trump is not cooperating here. But once again, the most important thing to remember is that these numbers include Republicans who said in a recent poll that Trump is a better president than Abraham Lincoln. We should actually be shocked that merely 50% want Trump impeached and removed. But then you think back and realize, oh, half of Republicans think Trump is a better president than Lincoln. Nearly 2/3 of Republicans say they would never abandon Donald Trump no matter what he does. Then we should actually recognize the significance of merely hitting 50% support for impeachment, despite all of those people that are completely disconnected from the facts and defend Trump no matter what to the death. So sometimes the bubble of alternative facts is so thick that people forget there's a reality out there. Your narrative isn't real. That's what Brian Kilmeade seems to be smacked in the face with directly in this video. But if it's real enough to the people watching Fox News, it's real enough to do serious damage to the country's ability to think critically. And that's where we find ourselves today. Because really, imagine being stunned that half the country wants the man who is arguably the most corrupt president in the modern presidential era removed from office for his corruption. That shouldn't be stunning. And yet somehow Brian Kilmeade is stunned by that. Very backward situation that we are in.